Today we are going back to the basics, something that forms the foundation of every investigation, every case, and every piece of forensic evidence. Let's talk about crime, what it means, what makes an act a crime, and how crimes are classified. So, what exactly is a crime? In the simplest words, a crime is an act or omission that breaks the law and is punishable by the state. That means if someone does something the law forbids or fails to do something the law requires, they can be held criminally responsible. For example, theft, murder, or assault, these are crimes because they harm not just one person but the society as a whole. That's why the state steps in and takes action, not the individual victim. So remember this simple formula. Crime equal to act or omission plus against law plus punishable by state. Now every crime has two important parts, actus reus and mens rea. Let's break that down. Actus reus means the guilty act, what was actually done. For example, hitting someone, stealing or causing harm, that's the physical act. Mens rea means the guilty mind, the intention behind the act. It answers the why. Why did the person do it? Was it intentional or just an accident? Only when both come together, a guilty act and a guilty mind, the act becomes a crime. You can think of it like this. If someone accidentally steps on your foot, that's not a crime. But if they do it on purpose, that's where mens rea comes in. Actus reus plus mens rea equal to crime. Now let's look at how crimes are classified. There are many ways to group crimes based on seriousness, on bailability, intention, or even who the victim is. Let's go step by step. Based on seriousness, we have cognizable and non-cognizable crimes. In cognizable crimes, the police can arrest without a warrant because these are serious offenses like murder, rape, or theft. In non-cognizable crimes, the police need permission from the court to investigate or arrest, like defamation or public nuisance. So you can remember it like this. Cognizable equal to serious, police can act fast. Non-cognizable equal to less serious, court's permission needed. Based on bailability, bailable and non-bailable offenses. If an offense is bailable, you can get bail as a matter of right, like in minor theft cases. But if it's non-bailable, it depends on the court's decision, like in murder or kidnapping cases. So, bailable equal to bail is a right and non-bailable equal to bail is a privilege. Based on intention. If a person commits a crime intentionally, like planning a murder, it's an intentional crime. But if the act happens because of carelessness or negligence, like rash driving leading to an accident, it becomes a negligent crime. Based on victim, based on who the crime is committed against. There are crimes against person like murder, assault, kidnapping. Crimes against property like theft, arson, burglary. Crimes against the state like treason or terrorism. Crimes against society like drug trafficking or human trafficking. So, crime can target a person, property, the government, or society at large. Now, here is where forensic science connect beautifully. Every crime leaves behind clues, a fingerprint, a footprint, a trace of DNA, a strand of hair, or even a deleted text message. And forensic science is what helps uncover these traces and connect them back to the criminal. It's literally the science of crime detection. So, whenever you read about a case, ask yourself what was the act, what was the intention, and how did forensic science help reveal the truth? And that's your quick yet complete breakdown of crime, its definition, essentials, and types. The story doesn't end here, it just gets more scientific. Stay tuned to Decode Forensic.